note, OCG is a fictional character. Any resemblance to persons alive, dead, or undead is purely coincidental.
Shut up, Bertram!
Okay, shutting up.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / factotum Bertram. Say hello, Bertram.
Hello, Bertram.
And this is our live stream for insert game title here. So let me just begin by saying that this stream was made for children. I mean, not made for children. So, Mum and Dad, if you decide to show this to your children, maybe mute the audio. Now, let's commence with the profanity-strewn livestream that contains references to sex, mutilation, and torture. Ha ha ha! I'm only kidding. There is no torture. So, do you realize, Bertram, that we have been streaming now for over a year?
Oh, wow.
Yes, how things have changed this last year. Well, you died and were resurrected a la Jesus Christ, or as I like to call him, the Zaz. I married and divorced a woman who literally had sex with everything. Men, women, buildings. True story. She is the first woman in human history to actually bring the Eiffel Tower to orgasm.
Oh, my.
Yes. And I have become steadily more and more intolerant, and incontinent, and impotent. So, in a nutshell, a lot has happened this last year. Now, speaking of my ex-wife, did I tell you, Bertram, that my ex-wife actually worked on the original Night of the Living Dead softcore pornography parody, Night of the Living Bed, about a bed that would come to life and eat people foolish enough to make love on it. Interesting, no? What are you doing, Bertram?
I'm looking for the movie online.
Well, you can do that later. It's bollocks anyway. Do you know what else is bollocks, Bertram? Something has just come to mind and I simply must tell you about it. There is something very misleading about RPG titles. Dragon Quest, for instance, has absolutely nothing to do with a dragon. And Final Fantasy, well, how can it be the final one if you keep bloody making them? Let's see, the last story? Well, it most certainly was not the last story. Lost Odyssey? Well, it's not bloody lost. I have played it many times. I'd say it's more found Odyssey than lost Odyssey. I could go on. And I shall. Now, The Witcher, well, there's more than one Witcher, so it should be called The Witchers. Alpha Protocol. You know, I actually liked that game. I want a remaster of that game. No, I demand it. Come on, Sega. Stop fondling Sonic's rings and give me a remaster of Alpha Protocol. Now, speaking of Final Fantasy, let me tell you a story, dear viewer. Back in 1997, when I was younger than I am now, and my penis was just starting to grow, I asked my father to buy for me Final Fantasy VII, which had just been released. I excitedly awaited his return, chasing my sibling around our home with a knife while wearing a Jason Voorhees mask to pass the time.
Oh, I remember their funeral. Was a tacky affair.
'Twas that. So, my father returns with the PlayStation game under his arm. I grab it from him, as was customary in those days, and scream in horror as I behold not Final Fantasy VII, the game I had dreamed of owning, but Skull Monkeys. That's right, fucking Skull Monkeys.
Is that a real game?
Oh, it's much worse than that, Bertram. It's a nightmare.
So what did you do?
Well, I did what any spoiled child would do. I beat him over the head with the game until blood came out of his ears. And then I took said game and traded it in at my local gaming boutique for a copy of Final Fantasy VII. I never knew what an orgasm was until I took that game home and gently inserted it into my PlayStation. 'Twas then that I realized I had also asked my father to purchase a PlayStation. And he fucking forgot.
Oh! So, what did you insert the disc into?
You know, Bertram, the cat never forgave me. But it's not all doom and gloom. Once my father recovered, he went and purchased that PlayStation, and I played Final Fantasy VII. The rest, as they say, is history.
Oh, what a lovely story.
Isn't it, though? Bertram, do you have the notes for the review we have to record after this? Nope, never mind. I can see them. Interesting game we are reviewing. It was one of those games where you're able to rename the main character. So naturally, I gave them the greatest name in the world. Robin Crowley.
But that's your name.
Well done, Bertram. On a scale of 1 to 10 on the stupid scale, you are now officially a 12. I named his best male friend Bertram Butler.
But that's my name.
Correction. Make that a 17 on the stupid scale. Give that man a medal. Actually, don't bother. He can't even spell the word medal.
You're mean.
And you're retarded.
Is this a horror game?
Is this a This isn't a horror game per se.
Who the hell is Percy? Is he your boyfriend?
Per se, Bertram. It's a figure of speech.
Oh, that's a relief. At the very least, is this game less scary than the stories you read me at bedtime?
Look, there is absolutely nothing wrong with a bit of 50 Shades of Grey before bed.
Yes, that's fine. But do we really have to reenact all the sex scenes?
Yes, Bertram, we do. Let's, maybe keep that between us in the future, eh?
Okay.
Good man. Here, have a chocolate.
What's the hardest game you've ever played?
Ghosts and Goblins. The original one. In fact, let me tell you a story since you brought it up. When I was just a little nipper, with barely a hair upon my upper lip, my father bought me a copy of the original Ghosts and Goblins for the Mega Drive. And I hated him from that very day. I won't say that's the reason he was murdered, but it's definitely one of them. The main reason is that he later bought me a copy of Bubsy 3D for the PlayStation.
Oh, what a sad story.
Indeed. I went to trade in Bubsy 3D at my local gaming establishment, and the chap behind the desk laughed at me. He laughed, Bertram.
Because the game was so appalling?
No, because I'd forgotten to put the disc back in the box.
Oh!
Not you too, Bertram. Why does everyone keep laughing at me?
Maybe because you're an idiot?
What was that?
Nothing.
Isn't this game splendid, Bertram? Bertram. Hello? Bertram.
Oh, did you say something?
I did. Your name. 3 times.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just looking at this review for an adult movie of Downton Abbey. It's called Go Down on Abbey.
Oh, I see. Does it sound good?
Like Mr. Kipling's cakes, it sounds exceedingly good.
Oh. Check Amazon for a copy on Blu-ray then.
Already done. Along with a copy of your ex-wife's film, Night of the Living Dead.
Ah, well done, Bertram. You know, I think I may have an addiction to pornography.
Oh.
Yes, it is a problem. I'm seeing my gynecologist about it on Thursday.
You don't need to see a gynecologist for that.
No, but he gives a hell of a rectal examination. Yes. You know, I've been thinking, Bertram. We need to review more Call of Duty games on the channel.
Don't say the name.
What name? Call of Duty?
Never say that name. It's said if you look into a mirror and say it 3 times, a swarm of adolescents will emerge and spew abuse at you.
Oh, thank you for warning me, Bertram. I'm also thinking we should get a dog.
You have a dog. Me.
Not quite, Bertram. You see, a dog is actually useful.
Well, what can a dog do that I can't do?
Lick its own genitals?
But that's not fair.
Because you don't have any genitals.
Oh, you think you're so funny.
I don't think, Bertram. I know I'm funny. Bloody hilarious, actually. Did you know, Bertram, that I once trained a dog to lift a grand piano with just its nose?
That's a lie.
How dare you, Bertram? I would never dream of telling you a... Yes, it is a lie. I almost had you convinced, though, didn't I?
Not at all.
What was that? I'm a ball? Well, thank you, Bertram. I'm glad you enjoy my company, because I am the one and only. Ain't nobody else quite like me. I am the one and only. Forget the rest of the words.
Did we really require the singing?
There's always time for some singing, Bertram. You know, I remember fondly when that song came out, as I was still being breastfed.
But you were 17.
Yes? What's your point, Bertram?
You should have stopped at the singing. Now you've turned this scream into something sordid.
Have you watched any of our reviews, Bertram? I turn all of them into something sordid. Even the Disney ones.
Oh, yes. That one viewer threatened to castrate you.
Oh, yes. Joke's on them. You see, I'm already circumcised.
Oh, I didn't know you were Jewish.
I'm not. You see, I got my Colonel Mustard stuck in the fridge door. I shouldn't be too harsh on that viewer, though. I believe they were a lesbian.
Oh, all you care about are lesbians.
That's not true. I also care about escorts, prostitutes, glamour models, celebrities who don't wear bras, and then lesbians. Oh, bugger me senseless.
Bugger me senseless? Isn't that a film?
I don't believe so.
Oh, really? You see, I thought I heard you quoting from it last night.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
When you were in the shower, I thought I heard you say, "Bugger me senseless."
Yes. Well, you see, I dropped my soap. Yes. And you know what I'm like. So I've been trying to limit the amount of swearing I do. So instead of saying shit, I said, "Bugger me senseless." Yes.
Oh, really? I thought I saw a gentleman exit the bathroom before you. I think he was dressed in a clown outfit and...
Fine, I confess. I have a fetish for clowns. Are you satisfied?
Were you satisfied?
Oh, ha ha. Let's just focus on the bloody stream. Right. Yes.
I had a question.
Go ahead.
Did the clown let you honk his nose? His actual nose, not his...
Shut up, Bertram. As a matter of fact, he did. So, anyway, back to the stream. Focus on the stream. Don't concentrate on what Bertram's saying.
What do we got
He's
here?
going to ask lots of stupid things, I'm sure. Yes, playing the game.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
When the clown... You know... Did confetti come out?
Shut up, Bertram! As a matter of fact, it did. Right, back to the game. Let's play the game. Don't focus on anything that's going on around you. Yes.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
How funny was the clown? On a scale of 1 to 10.
Shut up, Bertram. And you as well as I know that the only person I find funny is me.
I have a question.
Haven't you tortured me enough?
Did the clown ram a custard pie onto your face? If you catch my meaning?
I am not going to answer that, Bertram.
Oh, please.
No, you're a very sick man.
Says the man with a clown fetish.
Touché. That reminds me, you can turn the oven off now, Bertram.
This doesn't look like a chicken.
Well, that's because it's no from next door. That'll teach that little bastard to call me an old bastard. Can you believe he was shouting that at me from his own garden?
I think he might have just been calling for his dog.
No one understands. I'm just
his
trying to keep
dog?
even.
Old bastard? That's his dog's name.
Come back with me.
Oh, damn it!
Niece is waiting at the
Quick, Bertram, close the oven door. We'll get rid of the body later.
Then what are we going to have for dinner?
Weren't you listening? I said we'll get rid of the body later.
Oh!
Who is
Boy, oh boy!
Say his name.
Oh, that reminds
can
me.
hear us.
Today's stream is sponsored by the phrase, boy, oh boy.
Ah, and a special thank you to our other sponsor for this video.
need to understand
Suck
what is
it
going
and
on.
see. The only sex toy that doubles as a telescope when you want to spy on that hot new neighbor of yours. So go ahead and suck it and see.
Wasn't that featured on Dragon's Den?
It was, Bertram. That it was.
Crazy.
Um,
Jeremy. Want to help? There's nothing.
What are you doing?
And what's all the
I
business about
am
terror?
doing a crossword
Why do you
while we
wanna go
record
there?
this
Well, I can't go there.
little stream of ours. It's not something I would normally do, but
I
there is
go?
a
Tell
substantial
me,
cash
help me to break
prize.
your pact. Is
How
there something there that would help?
substantial?
£11.50.
Why would you give me hope?
£11.50?
Okay.
You can't even
like
buy a
we're on
bowler hat for that.
What should I?
Don't exaggerate, Bertram. It doesn't suit you.
Don't let him take you.
But you exaggerate all the time. Every morning when you get up and go to the bathroom, you say, "Hello, my glorious massive penis," when your penis is in fact tiny.
Thank you, Bertram.
Microscopic even.
Yes, Bertram, I think we get the point.
So many strange occurrences
Gosh,
lately, memories
this game has
exploding
more
existence,
enemies
and
on
find out
screen
the
than you'd
guide
find at a
rabbit
bloody
hole.
wedding.
Dreamscapes crash down from the stars
But they're
and
not
sink into
enemies
the
at a
sea.
wedding.
Doors that
Well,
lead to nowhere
it's
and absolutely
usually
everywhere
family
at once.
members at weddings,
With all
Bertram.
this
So of
revelry,
course
I
they're
think there's a
enemies.
chance that you
I
find a way to
imagine
remain
there's
alive
much more
in some way out
bloodshed
there.
at a family gathering
Just like
than on a
learn to navigate with my
battlefield.
talisman.
When I
Maybe
was a
you, without
child,
your
my
knowledge,
parents' house
you
looked
somehow
like
knew
Jack
a
the
way.
Ripper's front room once
find
Christmas
you
and New Year had
perhaps in
passed.
steroid
That's alarming.
jam.
That's it! 24 across. Something a woman carries in the home of a convicted sex offender. Alarm! Thank you, Bertram.
She's dead.
You're welcome.
Oh, I just remembered. Masters of the Universe is on tonight.
Oh, I love that movie.
No, I love that movie.
We can both love it.
No, we can't. Just like we both can't use the shower at the same time. But you seem to ignore that.
Oh,
If you do it again, I'll be forced to get my whip.
you don't own a whip.
No. But I do often blackmail my wife with a walnut whip.
Oh, how very 1990s of you.
Don't pretend you don't enjoy a walnut whip, Bertram.
Not particularly.
Oh, that's a shame because I have one here and I was going to...
Give it to me. I meant to ask before, but, you've been to Paris, haven't you?
Many times.
What is your favorite thing to do in Paris? Is it visiting the magnificent architecture like the Eiffel Tower or the Moulin Rouge? Is it the food? I know you're partial to some children's legs. Frogs' legs.
Bertram, I visit Paris for one reason and one reason only. To look for Eva Green.
Oh, not this again.
I'm going to make her love me, no matter what.
What about your wife?
Oh no, she'd probably hate my wife. Attractive people despise the ugly and the overweight.
Actually, I think Ava Green lives in London now. Where are you going? OCG. OCG?
Right, I'm back. I forgot my bag of aphrodisiacs.
You can't leave. We have this stream to do.
Oh, fine. But when we're done, Ava will be mine.
If you say so.
I do say so. So, I thought it might be fun to try something out while we play this game.
Oh, God. What are you planning?
Well, do you remember that story I was working on?
No, absolutely not. You cannot read that.
How did you know that's what I was even considering?
Because you're fucking crazy?
I resent that. But Bertram, even you have to admit that the subject matter fits this game perfectly.
Well, actually, it doesn't, but...
Perfect! Let's begin.
Oh, may the ground open up and swallow me whole.
Ha! Here's hoping. So, dear viewers, let me regale you with a little tale I have been working on for a while. So, here is the world premiere of Trevor, the transvestite T-Rex.
Oh, kill me now.
Shut up, Bertram. Once upon a time, 65 million years ago to be precise, the world was filled to the brim with dinosaurs. They were very much like the human race. They liked to eat, poop, sleep, make love, but the teenage dinosaurs mostly spent their time fighting with their friends over which was the best, the PlayStation or the Xbox.
They didn't have...
Shut up, Bertram! Now, I myself have built a time machine just last week and travelled back to this time and beheld with awe the sheer size of these prehistoric animals. I'm not exaggerating when I say that the T-Rex had the largest Colonel Mustard I have ever seen. And I was fortunate to come across one in the middle of its mating ritual with a Triceratops of, shall we say, low moral standing. Yes, dear viewer, sex workers existed even 65 million years ago. Anyway, I was fortunate enough to be standing under the T-Rex when he pulled his Colonel Mustard out of his companion and...
I told you to cut that part out.
And I told you to shut up, Bertram. But we're not here to talk about me, dear viewer. No. We are here to learn all about Trevor, the transvestite T-Rex. Trevor was born a long time ago. His mother was just a dirty hoe. She sold her son for lots of drugs. The dealer threw in a lovely rug. Trevor was raised by lots of girls. They styled his hair, put it in curls. Trevor then found he was aroused when he was dressed in a nice blouse. Yes. Trevor enjoyed his head in bows, obsessed with the Rocky Horror Show. He padded his bra with caveman shit. Can't think of a line here that will fit. Trevor was fond of scrambled eggs. He tucked his meat between his legs. To all the boys, he was a catch. They put their meat right up his hatch.
Hatch? Do you mean bum?
It's a complex narrative, Bertram. Read into it what you will.
Yes, hatch means bum. Continue.
Trevor took drugs, just like his mum. To fund this vice, he sold his rum.
Rum? Did you mean bum again?
No. Trevor had amassed quite a collection of rare and delicious rums.
Did they have rum 65 million years ago?
Absolutely not. But I'm using what we writers call creative license. Yes.
Ah, okay. Continue.
Where was I? Oh, yes. Trevor took drugs, just like his mum. To fund this vice, he sold his rum. His dealer was a filthy brute. Made Trevor become a prostitute.
Oh no, not the same one you saw when you...
Ah, the very same, Bertram. Isn't it amazing?
So what happened next?
Well, after contracting a whole manner of exotic diseases while selling his trade, Trevor eventually went mad and bit his own tail off, and then used it to suffocate himself to death. And thus, Trevor, the transvestite T-Rex, was no more.
Oh, what a sad ending.
Oh, don't feel too bad for him, Bertram. His spirit now lives in transsexual Transylvania.
Oh, that's nice.
You really are a sentimental sausage, aren't you?
Well, you've got me worse than that.
Yes, Bertram. Now, let's move on.
Nincompoop, idiot, moron,
Yes, Bertram, let's move on.
imbecile, ignoramus, dummy.
Yes, Bertram, I get the point. Let's move on.
I used to actually think my name was retard, you called me it so often.
Shut up, you spastic!
And I thought that was my surname.
Bertram, if you shut up right now, I'll give you a cookie. No, 2 cookies. Thank you.
We should review another game later today. Maybe after dinner.
Oh, I just don't have time today to review another game, Bertram.
What's going on?
And why not?
Dialing
Well,
in something. All on its own
as
and
you
showing
know,
weight on
once
other
a
men.
month I
What
like
is
to
that?
spend an entire day in the nude and do nothing but stand at the front door waiting to leap out on any unsuspecting visitors.
Ah, Nudie Tuesday.
Yes, and today just so happens to be that day.
Oh, yes. I was wondering why your Colonel Mustard was on display in all of his glory.
That's Sir Colonel Mustard to you, Bertram.
Oh.
Pass me a towel, won't you?
Do we own towels?
Good point. Yes. Run out and purchase a towel, and then come back here and pass it to me. There's a good fellow. I must say, Bertram, this game is bloody crazy.
Speaking of bloody crazy, didn't you nearly kill Sonic the Hedgehog once?
Actually, it was quite the opposite, Bertram. He came over to visit me one Nudie Tuesday back in 1997, and I made the mistake of inviting the little bastard inside. Long story short, I accidentally sat on him when he stole my favorite chair.
Oh, that must have hurt, especially with all those spikes of his.
Yes, I was picking those spikes out of my arse for a month. A month, I tell you. Bertram, put that gun down.
Oh, sorry.
You know, I've never held a gun myself. Well,
Here we go.
not recently, though I was once quite the regular of what the Americans call gay bars. Now, of course, that's a different gun entirely, though just as lethal, as Freddie Mercury will attest. So, back to the stream.
Don't you have a driving lesson today? You know, to
I'm
get
glad to
your
see you, mate.
license
I
back?
had my doubts.
Ah,
but I
well
hope the
remembered,
instinct has yet
Bertram.
abandoned.
Why
guess
did
this
you
must
lose
be
your
kinda weird.
license in the first place?
Who are you?
Well,
My name is
I'm
Juan
not to
Luis
be
Jorge,
trusted on the road,
and this
Bertram.
Is indeed the
Reason
content that got
number
away.
one why I
You'll
no
have to excuse
longer
me,
have a driving
but
license.
Jeremy never got you.
I once confused the
The name's
steering wheel
Edward
with
Carnby.
my
I'm a private
penis.
investigator.
I made a
Not a
terrible
patient, are you?
mess, and the shopping center
I'm the
needed
author
no
of a book that
windows
Jeremy once found important.
and
How
staff.
does that work?
Reason
Part of this
number
memory.
two
Is this even
why I
memory?
no longer have a
I think
driving
calling me a
license.
manifestation of
When I
Jeremy's
see a
subconscious
helpless old man
And
or
so is the
woman
convent that got
crossing
away.
the road, I
a man
have
Jeremy
the
has never met.
uncontrollable
and we
urge
are
to
in a
shout
place
abuse
that he
at
has
them
never been.
and or run
So
them
you gonna
over.
guide me or
Yes. Reason number
no more purpose than
three
you do.
why I no longer
simply
have a driving license.
I will happily help you.
I
of course,
took
if I
my first car
You
for a
were
test
already
drive in the
somehow
local
part of
park.
Jeremy.
I didn't
Why did you
realize
not
there
come?
was anyone
Some
there.
sort of hero
It
there.
was bloody
Jeremy
5 in
wanted
the
to call you
morning.
because it's a
But
representation
upon
of his
checking
mind.
my tires when I got
When Dr.
home,
Gray asked him
I
to find his
found
focus
what
during
was
his
left of the postman
This far-flung
and
content is
several
what Jeremy
dog
imagines.
walkers.
He is under the
Luckily,
impression that
I
if he
had
could
some
physically
spare
come,
tires,
he
so
would reach a perfect
crisis
equilibrium.
averted.
a spiritual, a body.
Reason number
it would work.
3 why I
Jeremy
no longer
subconsciously
have a
knows
driving
just what you think.
license.
He can't come,
Reason number 4,
despite
I
the
think.
pathways opened
Ah,
by the
well
dark man
spotted,
between their
Bertram.
several and Jeremy's
Reason number 4.
simply
I
impossible.
ran through a red light once.
Indeed.
If only I'd
It's a
remembered
shame
to
it's
bring the
just another
car
place for you, detective.
and my
Otherwise, you could
clothes.
have become a Buddha.
When was that?
Bridesmaid, never a blushing bride.
Ah,
Yes, I suppose so. You'll have to
2007,
chase
I
enlightenment
believe.
elsewhere.
Oh
What's the
yes,
next best
yes,
thing?
now I remember.
What can I
I
do?
was on my way to pick up
You should seek out the
Heavenly
convent library
Swords.
and try to
Oh,
find the truth
I
about
like
Jeremy's
that
relationship
game.
with the dark man.
Do you know, Bertram, that
It's the sort of
woman
knowledge
have
he
told
represses
me
and
in the
is
past
unable to refute.
that I have
Well, tell me how
a
to break it.
Heavenly
Perhaps.
Swords?
At least you'll have
If
something
you
to
know
confront
what
Jeremy.
I mean.
Wait,
I
can't you
say
just tell me?
Heavenly
I don't know
Sword,
such
but it's more
You'd be
Heavenly
better off
Dagger.
Consulting the text of Dr.
No,
Freud.
Heavenly
What the
Penknife.
no thanks. I hate shrinks.
Heavenly
There
Needle?
is another
No,
thing
no,
you should
no,
know about the
no,
library.
no, Bertram. You're not allowed to make fun of
Is
my
here as well.
penis. Only
The dark man has
I'm
been
allowed
working
to
his way
make
through
fun
the
of
text
my
for a
penis.
long time.
Sorry.
He's here?
'Twas an
How am I
amusing
supposed to get
joke,
past
though. I don't know if I told you, Bertram, but I have started reading Dante again. And no, not the Devil May Cry Dante. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
Isn't that what the sign in our bathroom says?
Yes, Bertram. My wife also has that tattooed on her lady garden.
Speaking of Dante, I got lost in the 9 circles of hell once. I got stuck between lust and gluttony. No, wait. It was McDonald's. Yeah, lots of fat people. Attractive staff, though.
That's nice, Bertram? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh no.
I knew you were crying.
Shut up, Bertram.
I haven't seen you cry like that since that time you accidentally sat on my cactus.
Now tell our viewers that cactus is not some kind of euphemism.
Oh yes! Cactus is not a euphemism for my penis.
You should have stopped at the word euphemism.
You cry a lot playing video games, don't you?
Shut up, Bertram. There's nothing wrong with a man who was in touch with his sensitive side.
Well, you don't usually have a sensitive side.
Yes, but it's nice to pretend, isn't it? And I wasn't crying. A snake had crawled into my eye.
A snake?
Did I say snake? I meant dust. I got dust in my eye. Very painful dust. That's what made me cry.
Well, if you say so.
I do say so, Fraulein.
Did you know that the word Fraulein means young lady?
I know that. Why else do you think I've been calling our German next-door neighbor Ashley that for years?
But Ashley is a man.
Oh, bollocks. I've never seen a man wear as much makeup as Ashley does.
He's an actor?
And the man I keep seeing turning up at her home with roses.
He's a gay actor?
I'm going over to ask her myself.
OCG, no! Oh, OCG. OCG, and he's gone. Well, this is awkward.
Oh, he's back.
Well,
You might have been right.
what makes you say that?
Well, I walked into Ashley's house and I wish I hadn't. I saw what can only be described as bumming. I mean, courting.
Well, I told you.
Yes, enough of these shenanigans. Let's get back to the stream.
I can't believe I was right. Finally, now you'll have to treat me with respect.
Shut up, Bertram, you insolent retard, or I shall be forced to get my sword.
I've never understood people's reliance on swords.
Why?
Well, personally, if I was going into battle, I'd come with an entire pencil case full of pens.
Pens? And what the hell are you going to do with them? Write the enemy a bloody check?
No, I'd destroy them.
And what makes you think you could do that?
Because, like they say, the pen is mightier than the sword. Ow!
From this day on, your name will not be Bertram. It will be Village Idiot. Anyway, back to this game. So, dear viewer, what can I tell you about this game's development? Nothing. Do I think you should buy this game? Well, that depends on what you think of what we're showing here. But I can say there are worse things you can do with your money.
Like buy a hat that is much too small for your head?
How the hell was I supposed to know it was too small? I bought it online and the website said... Wait a minute, I'm going to get this page up. It's loading. No, I don't want to buy tab packs. Oh, here we are. The website says, and I quote, "One size fits all."
Well, I've been telling you for years that you've got a big head.
But that just means my brain is bigger than everyone else's.
As big as your stomach?
What's wrong with you today? You're not usually this hostile.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on my period.
Bertram?
Yes?
You really do suit the name, Village Idiot.
Oh, thank you. Oh, by the way, the toilet is blocked again.
I'll telephone Ricardo once we are finished recording this little stream of ours.
Ricardo?
Oh yes, fascinating fellow. Murdered his father when he wouldn't finance his sex change.
Oh, sounds charming.
Why don't you tell us what you think about this game, Bertram?
Well...
So sorry, old chap, we don't have time for that. What is that garbage you're eating, Bertram?
A chocolate bar I found in the fridge.
What are you talking about, man? There was no chocolate bar in the fridge.
Yes there was. In that plastic container on the middle shelf.
You mean the container containing my stool sample for the doctor? Oh, good lord. Bertram, spit that out right now.
But it's so tasty.
Oh god, I think I'm going to be sick. Let's just move swiftly on. Wait a minute, are you eating again?
No.
Liar! Is that my cheese sandwich?
That depends. Did you leave it in the fridge with a note on top of it that said Reuben? What does Reuben mean? Is it a made-up word?
That's my name, you idiot!
Oh, would you like a bite?
Keep it! I'll punish you later.
Oh.
Who the hell is that? Oh, it's you. The bitch is back. And no, I am not referring to Bertram.
Oh.
I am referring to my mother-in-law, who just at this very moment has returned home with this week's shopping. No doubt one item she's bought is an extra-large tub of Vaseline, or as you Americans call it, KY jelly. It's not that the woman is particularly kinky, so I can only guess she has purchased it to remove the stink she seems to have up her ass. Anyway, oh, you see what I did there, Bertram? Bertram?
Huh?
In the game, did you see what I did?
I was busy.
Busy? Busy? Too busy to watch your master? I am the greatest YouTuber who has ever lived. I hold the Guinness World Record for having the smallest, I mean the biggest penis in the entire world. What could you possibly be busy doing? Let's hear it.
I was reading the obituaries hoping that I'd see that my Uncle Herbert had died a violent death.
Aw, that's so sweet. I'm so proud of you, Bertram. Here, take my hand. So, what did your Uncle Herbert do that you would want him dead?
He urinated on my hand.
Get your fucking hand off of me! Let's move on. Quickly, now we come to the controversial part of the stream, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, are you going to tell us about being molested by your grandfather while watching Titanic?
What's wrong with you?
Oh, more controversial than that?
Shut up, Bertram. I have to say this. The only thing I hate more than a silent protagonist in a video game is celebrities who make sex videos of themselves.
Why?
Because no one was interested when I accidentally, on purpose, leaked my sex video.
Well, no one wants to watch you having sex with your Aunt Cecilia. Especially because she's been dead since 1905.
A necrophilia joke, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that reminds me. We need a new piano.
Why?
Because I might have accidentally leaned against it and made it roll down the hallway stairs, through the front door onto the street, down a side alley, then onto a busy road, where it might have got smashed to pieces by an elderly man driving a tank.
I see. A tank, you say?
I believe so.
Okay. Damn. I really like that piano. Well, at least I still have my church organ, eh?
Actually,
Oh no. Say it isn't so.
I'm afraid it is.
Old man in a tank?
Old woman flying a 747.
Damn. There is no God. Oh well. Shit happens. And now for some impressions by yours truly.
Performed badly.
Shut up, Bertram.
What is this? Blood. I hope this isn't Chris's blood. Let me take care of this. I found something. It's a
It was in
weapon.
the hot autumn that I went
It's
through the
really
night with the restless
powerful.
crowds.
It's
He was a kind of
Forrest.
itinerant
Oh
showman who
my
held forth in
God!
public and aroused
He
widespread
looks like he was pecked to
The New Orleans
death by a
address of the
crow
event is
or
lost, but I remember
something.
distinctly
I didn't know
the
who I
price the
was
shipping
until I
company
put on the
pressing their
map.
contribution. Hey,
Dance with deadly pale moonlight. Jack is dead.
Detective! What? What?
Joker.
Beavis and Butthead! You're expelled!
Fear there is no
Inside you, they call me Revolver. Ocelot.
So close.
Shadow moves
Must be something I can work with. Come on,
where
Harvey,
this
think.
all began. Brother,
Think.
we're not simply copies of our father anymore. Snake.
good luck.
Please stop.
Shut up, Bertram. Actually, I think I can do that Bane impression even better.
I didn't know who I was till I put on the mask. That sounds just like me.
What are you talking about,
God you're
Bertram?
here,
Sounds
detective.
absolutely
Sitting
nothing
all alone
like
in a place
you.
like this?
Listen to it
I'd
again.
never live it down if the
I
papers got
didn't
wind
know
of
who
it.
I was until I put on the mask.
Oh, I see what you're talking about, Bertram. Yes.
Don't pretend you don't
Sounds
know.
awfully like
I'm
you.
sure you have a
Let's
whole file
compare.
on me
Right,
by now,
Bertram. You do
detective.
your impersonation of Bane from
I
The
suppose
Dark
we
Knight
weren't formally
Rises.
introduced.
Um,
I'm Ruth
okay.
Twan. Miss Ruth Twan, in case you wonder.
I didn't know who I was
Edward
till I
Carby.
put on the mask.
Enchanté.
Yes, Bertram, I think my impression is far, far better.
I think we should be talking
too
about the
many
game
already.
more.
I did not ask for your opinion, Bertram. Just eat your bloody sandwich and keep quiet.
I know. I
don't
great
have a
taste, detective.
sandwich.
Well, pretend.
I
And
heard
if you
were trying to
interrupt
break
me
Jeremy's
again,
promise to the
I'm
Dark
going
Man.
to kick you so hard
about that
you
kind of stuff?
end up in outer
No,
space.
But it makes you wonder.
Oh,
If
I
you made a
always wanted
promise,
to go on a
and he
rocket
simply
into
stand by
outer
his words.
space.
Then why don't you? I'll pay. Just promise me you'll send me pictures
Look, I'm
of
just
any
trying to get Jeremy out of
attractive
bed, so he'll
aliens
come
you
back with us in the morning.
find. Like ones
Well,
with
it all
3
sounds-
breasts, or that horny alien out of the movie
It's a
Species.
sign of submission to
That
the Dark
movie
Man.
came out in
I saw it in a dream
1995.
Yes, a year. I remember fondly as the year I met Dracula for the first time.
Oh, What was he like?
He
You don't know the correct
sucked.
shipping company by any
By the way,
I
Bertram,
do. They
I
make
woke
big
up
money
this
during the war.
morning with an
Their
alarming
waterfront office is
wound
just
on
over
my
there.
backside. Do you,
see that.
know anything
what,
about that?
Bonne chance.
That's your bum hole, sir.
Ah,
Hey,
excellent,
Have you seen Emily
excellent.
Hartwood anywhere?
I have been
Are
looking
you
for
trying
more
to make me
storage
jealous,
space
Detective?
as of late.
No, I haven't
Speaking
seen her
of
go
Dracula, I really like that vampire show that had Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Ah, Sarah Michelle Gellar. She can put her stake in me any day of the week. Except Thursday. I see my psychiatrist that day.
I think you meant you'd put
looking terribly
your
important as
stake in
connected to
her
performance
any
that
day
you're
of the
somewhere
week
in the
except
world.
Thursday.
I'm sure I can find the address
Ah,
inside.
yes. Yes, thank you, Bertram. I made a little faux pas there. Ha ha.
It's locked from the other
Oh,
side.
that's okay. I do that sometimes when I eat spicy food. I'll just clean it up.
No, Bertram, I don't mean that I... Oh... Never mind. Oh, damn it.
Calm down, OCG. Wouldn't want you suffering another cardiac arrest.
Another cardiac arrest. When did I have a cardiac arrest?
About 7 seconds ago.
Oh, good lord. I didn't feel anything.
Well, that's because you're a heartless bastard.
Oh, I see. Jolly good then. Well, I suppose that's what happens to someone raised in a cult.
Oh, I didn't know you were
Sewer
raised in
system
a
has a tunnel
cult.
running right below
Oh,
Craig's
yes.
shipping company.
Yes.
I bet I can use it to get inside.
Really?
No, not really.
Well, I was in a cult once.
Oh, I see. And what happened, Bertram?
Well, they all decided to kill themselves, so I escaped out the fire exit.
Oh, if only you'd stayed a few minutes longer. I could have been free of you.
What?
Haha, I jest. Mostly. So, what did this cult of yours worship?
Brown paper bags.
Oh, I see. Damn it! I need more coffee.
I'll get it.
Thank you, Bertram. You are useful after all.
That's the second time you said that this week.
When was the first?
The other night when you told me to come into your bed and touch your...
Yes, haha, thank you, Bertram. That'll be all. Oh, Bertram, I meant to tell you, but I watched Titanic last night for the first time.
Oh, did you cry?
Almost. At one point I thought I felt a tear rolling down my leg, but, it turned out to be boring.
Oh, I see. Well, I read a book last night.
Was it The Hungry Caterpillar? Ha ha!
Yes. How did you know?
I must say, I'm very disappointed in you, Bertram. Reading is evil, and should only be reserved for reading your enemy's obituary. Throw your books away and just play video games instead. They'll teach you everything you need to know. How to solve puzzles, how to jump really high, and most
No way I can get this out
importantly,
of the way with
how
my
to
bare hands.
kill
As I get that
aliens
crane going.
and or people.
Didn't you used to read books constantly?
Yes, but it was a different time back then. We didn't have video games. We had black and white televisions and bloody Bruce Forsyth. Now, my favorite author was Agatha Christie. I have read all of Miss Christie's books.
Oh, how are they?
Well, they can do some tortures, maybe a decapitation or two, but apart from that, I enjoy a good murder mystery, like the one about who killed my father.
You did.
Spoilers, Bertram.
Oh, sorry.
Did I ever tell you that I met Miss Christie at an imaginary party back in the 1940s, Bertram?
No, you did not. What was she like?
Well, the bitch stabbed me in the arse and then tried to write a book about it.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm sure she had a good reason for doing that.
Well, not that I recall. Though I was drunk and tried to slip my hand into her Miss Marple. Ha ha ha!
Oh, Miss Marple, yes, Miss Marple, her Lady Garden. I get it. So she did have a good reason for stabbing you in the arse.
Well, there's never, ever a good enough reason for stabbing a gentleman in the arse, man. I tell you that my mother told me last night, Bertram.
Oh, what did she have to say for herself?
Well, surprisingly, very little. Cousin Oscar said more than that the other night, and he had a ball gag in his mouth and a duck up his backside. Don't ask. Oh, that reminds me, Bertram. If anyone calls here looking for him, you can mention the ball gag. But under no circumstances are you to mention the duck. Do you understand?
I think so.
Good man. Oh, and I watched Groundhog Day last night. Did I tell you?
No. Did you enjoy it?
You never bloody told me it was a horror movie, Bertram. Can you imagine reliving the same day over and over? Doing the exact same things, telling the exact same jokes, making love to the same right hand over and over and over.
Isn't that a normal day for us? We get up, get dressed, play a game, review a game, play another game, get undressed, get into the shower together, go to bed together, make love.
Yes, thank you, Bertram. I think I get your point.
This game looks like a cartoon.
I must confess that I have fallen out of favor with cartoons as of late. They become rather tame for my tastes. I will now only watch cartoons if they have graphic violence, cross-dressing, nudity, and/or animal cruelty. So, pretty much anything featuring the Looney Tunes. Yes, I was aroused by cartoon characters long before I was ever aroused by human beings. I only have to say the words Jessica Rabbit or Donald Duck to send myself into some kind of sexual frenzy. Though, I do not recommend making love to pictures. That's the perfect way to give yourself a paper cut somewhere you really do not want a paper cut. And oh, by the way, Bertram, remind me that we have 2 reviews to do today.
Oh, wow.
I know what you're thinking. 2 reviews in the same day? I know, Bertram. I am usually fortunate if I can remember to use the bathroom twice a day. Oh, that reminds me. Better change my underpants. I'll do it after this part.
Are you not going to read out the comments?
Read the Comments indeed. You know, Bertram, I remember a time when reading simply meant looking at the pictures and making up your own story. Granted, there isn't much story in an issue of Playboy, but still...
Speaking of reading, I'm glad this game has subtitles.
Bertram, subtitles are for people who are deaf and or stupid.
That's not very nice.
What did you say?
That's not very nice.
What did you say?
That's not very nice.
What did you say?
Nothing.
What did you say? Just a little joke there. Sit still, Bertram. You're making me nervous.
Oh, sorry.
I have been known to bust a move myself. That's right, Bertram.
When?
Well, you see, I had a very brief stint where I busted this drug dealer called a move. So, I bust a move.
Oh.
You didn't think I was talking about dancing, did you? Oh, good lord, no. I don't dance. I leave that to commoners and relatives who drink too much at funerals.
OCG, I was in the shower this morning and something occurred to me.
You were in the shower? I think the last time you had a shower was 1974.
Yeah. Anyway, I was in the shower and it occurred to me that bollocks are so cute. Wait, am I allowed to say that bollocks are cute?
Oh, yes. I have a particularly cute pair of bollocks myself. You may stroke them if you wish.
Maybe later.
Funny story. I once broke into Lara Croft's house and used her shower.
That wasn't funny at all. Didn't you chat up Lara Croft in a bar once?
I would never do something so common, so vulgar, so indecent. And if you must know, it was a restaurant, not a bar, and it didn't go well.
Did she slap you in the face?
No. She shot me between the legs.
Oh, ouch.
Yes, quite. Please note that Stephen Hawking was not harmed in the making of this live stream. But that's because he's dead. A bold statement, you might be thinking, but so is stating that my wife has more hair on her bottom lip than I do. It doesn't make either statement any less true.
I'm getting peckish. Do you think that shop on the corner will have any Twinkies? I had one of them in Florida once, and I suddenly have a craving.
This is Britain, Bertram. We have everything here. I mean, for God's sake, I once saw a shop selling imported boxes of Cocoa Pops. A product that we've been able to get here for centuries. And this particular shop went to all the trouble of importing bloody Cocoa Pops. And then had the gall, had the nerve to charge 3 times what they usually sell for. Bloody Cocoa Pops for the same price I could buy condoms. Extra large condoms. Extra large condoms. And while I'm ranting, I was on the PlayStation Store last night, and do you know there is a game for sale there where you play as a slice of bread? A bloody slice of bread. Not even a sandwich. a piece of bloody flipping bread.
What is it called?
I am bread.
Oh, catchy.
It most certainly is not catchy. Oh, that reminds me. Did I tell you that I once saw a shop selling imported boxes of Cocoa Pops? A product we've been able to get here for centuries. And this particular shop went to all the trouble of importing bloody Cocoa Pops and then had the gall, the nerve to charge 3 times what they usually sell for.
Yes, you did tell me. Less than 2 minutes ago, in fact.
Ah, well that's okay then. Now remind me when we're done with this stream to blowtorch my underpants.
Okay. Can I ask why?
No, you may not. Well, if you must know, the dryer has broken down.
Oh, I see. So, how is this game that you're playing?
Well, it's about as much fun as tucking your sausage between your legs and talking like a girl.
That's funny.
Oh, thank you, Bertram.
Do I get a prize?
Oh, that won't be necessary. Now get back in your cage. No, actually, hold that thought. Let me kill this imbecile first.
You rang?
I did not ring, Bertram.
Oh, I thought you were calling for me. You said imbecile, and that's what you usually shout at me when you want something.
Yes, that I do, but not this time. Back in your cage, imbecile.
You rang?
No, go away. Now, where was I? Oh, yes.
I, topped up your drink for you.
Ah, thank you, Bertram. You are useful after all.
Oh, that's the second time you've said that this week.
When was the first?
The other night when you told me to come into your bed and touch your...
Thank you, Bertram. I think that will be all. Go and play with, Mystic Meg.
Who?
Never mind. So, back to the game. Get out of the way, you idiot. What are you doing?
Oh, I remember. She was that old woman who predicted the lottery numbers.
Well done, Bertram.
I had quite a crush on her.
I take back my well done. Shut up, Bertram, and never speak again. And now a message from our sponsor. Yours truly, me. Ladies and gentlemen's toilets, thank you very much for watching my stream. 'Tis fabulous, isn't it? And aren't I the most handsome man you have ever seen? I beg your pardon. Well, that's just rude. Are you hearing this, Bertram? Bertram! Wake up, Bertram! Ugh. Good help is so hard to find these days. You know, I think Bertram was a village idiot in a past life. Regardless, thank you very much for watching the stream. Feel free to continue to watch the stream and laugh at my jokes. All of my jokes. They're very amusing.
So how difficult is this game?
Ha! I've been more intimidated going to the toilet.
The toilet? What's so intimidating about going to the toilet?
Well, Bertram, now I've never told you this, but a midget armed with garden shears hides in the shower.
Oh! I see.
You know, I must say, this game is putting me in the mood to watch The Lion King.
You watch too many Disney films, sir.
How dare you, Bertram? There is no such thing as too much Disney.
Don't you have a Beauty and the Beast, do they?
Yes.
And, you have a Little Mermaid alarm clock?
Yes.
And, don't you masturbate to Disney erotica?
4 times a day, yes. What's your point?
Nothing.
Bertram, fetch me a monkey.
Right now?
Yes, right now. Have you got something better to do?
But it's the middle of the night.
Well, how else do you expect to procure a monkey from the local zoo unless it's during the night? You can't very well steal one during the day. Someone will see you.
You're fucking me.
Well, I didn't think you would notice.
Can I at least finish my sandwich first?
Yes, I suppose.
Fetch me a monkey. How do you come up with these schemes?
Because I am a genius.
A genius?
Someone
What about that
found
time
it
my
was back
arm
in the
fell
room.
off and you thought
Close
that you
to
could
the
simply
You
superglue
could
it
smell
back in the
under
socket?
aroma.
It worked, did it not?
In front
But
of
now
him
I
was the
can't
Crick's
move my
shipping
arm.
According
at
to the
all.
book in the library.
Well, at
You
least
should
it'll
find
stop
the
you
address to where
masturbating.
Jeremy
Isn't
first
live
met the
streaming
dog
fun, Bertram? I haven't had this much fun since I slapped you with a fish.
You've never slapped me with a fish. Ow!
Well, I have now.
You're a very strange man.
Well, thank you, Bertram. It's something I'm very proud of.
I wouldn't be.
What was that?
Nothing. OCG.
Yes?
Do animals have genitals?
What the hell made you ask that?
Just making conversation.
Of course animals have genitals. How else would they procreate?
I thought a stork brought the babies to, no?
You're an idiot, Bertram.
Oh, thank you.
So, dear viewer, I hope you're enjoying the stream. Now, this game is great. But if you don't like great games, then might I suggest you play Returnal. There's absolutely no greatness in that game. Or fun. Or even a coherent narrative.
Are we really still bitching about Returnal?
Bitching? Where did you hear that word, Bertram? Have you been watching the television again?
I plead the fifth.
Bertram, we are in the glorious nation of Britain. You can't use that nonsense here. You have no rights. You are not free. You belong to me. Anyway,
Do you think the Pope plays video games?
oh yes. Apparently Call of Duty is his favorite, though I can't think why.
Don't young boys mostly play those games?
Oh yes. Yes they do, Bertram. Moving on. Okay, Bertram. Number 4 on the list of all things that Japanese video games must contain. Number 4 is female characters with heaving bosoms. And you might be asking yourself, but why? Why must a Japanese video game feature such characters? And it's quite simple. For longevity of the game. You see, the average game may only take you a couple of hours to finish, But if you throw a couple of female characters into your game, particularly the ones with heaving bosoms, then lonely gamers, such as myself, whenever these characters appear on the screen, will pause the video game to indulge in a little self-love, if you catch my meaning. And that's a good thing for the longevity of the... Oh, shit.
Are you playing this game online, OCG?
I have absolutely no desire to play online, Bertram. Frankly, I'd rather put my penis in a very sharp cheese grater.
Why, OCG?
Only homicidal maniacs, or children, or homicidal maniac children play games online, Bertram.
Oh, what a dangerous world we live in.
Quite. Just the other day, a child called me a see you next Tuesday.
Oh, what an odd insult. Was he on drugs?
Probably, but you don't understand. He called me a C-U-N.
Oh, I get it. Well, you are.
What did you say?
Nothing. Does this game have zombies in it?
No, Bertram. It has 1,000 bloody ballet dancers doing the splits while singing The Winner Takes It All. You can see, can't you? So you should be able to tell if this game has zombies in it or not.
I was bitten on the pee-pee by a zombie once.
I know I'm going to regret asking this question, but, how did a zombie bite you on the pee-pee, Bertram?
I think it was a zombie prostitute.
Ah, well, that makes perfect sense. We've all been there.
Oh, did a zombie prostitute bite your pee-pee?
No. She stole my wallet and then flushed my trousers down the toilet.
Oh, I see.
Speaking of prostitutes, I visited a dominatrix once. Wasn't a lot of foreplay or intercourse. And can you believe she didn't even have any biscuits?
Oh, bitch.
I was a guest in her brothel, and I wasn't even offered so much as a glass of milk or a digestive. Well, that will be the last time I'll be visiting her.
Because she was so inhospitable?
No, because a grand piano crashed through her ceiling last week, killing her.
Oh!
I'm afraid the time has come, Bertram. It's time to tell the good people of Britain why I wear these sunglasses.
Jeremy first encountered the
And sadly, the truth is I wear these sunglasses because I am blind.
Really?
No, not really. The actual reason I wear these sunglasses is because I have lasers inside my eyes. And should I remove these sunglasses, you would be destroyed with said lasers.
Really?
No, not really. Splatterhouse, indeed. I tell you what, if you want to see what an actual Splatterhouse looks like, you only have to come round to my parents' house and... I've never seen such a bloodbath. Year after year, inevitably some relative of mine gets drunk, and another relative will take them out with a turkey baster. I don't think I've actually told you this, Bertram, but my great-great-great-great-great Aunt Delilah circumcised my great-great-great-great-great Uncle Humphrey with only a wooden spoon. Yes, remarkable. Who knew you could circumcise someone with a...
I hope the actors in this game were paid a lot of money.
No, I don't think so. Some of the actors in this game are women, Bertram. Women don't get paid, do they? Well, not unless they are women of ill repute, shall we say.
Please note, OCG nor anyone at Obsessive Compulsive Gaming actually believes that statement to be true.
Well, mostly. Don't get me wrong, Bertram. I love women. I've married 4 of the bloody things. I mean, people. People.
You want to tell me what this is all
But
about?
frankly, I don't trust
Welcome,
them.
Detective.
Why?
The greatest
Well,
show this
you
side
remember
of the
that
Mississippi.
time I holidayed on
No, the
Coney
whole
Island?
The Black
Oh,
Struggle.
yeah!
The
Isn't
ancient
that when you were
magician who lived
bit by a
1,000
bearded
lives.
lady?
Oh, 1,000
Yes,
lives.
quite. Thank the Lord I hate children, because I won't be having
So,
any
you got scared by
anytime
a stage
soon.
magician, and now
Oh,
he's living
yeah!
inside
She
your head.
bit you on the,
You can mock me, Detective.
thingy!
You would be the
Don't
crazy
remind
one to thank
me.
his presence.
Every time I urinate, the toilet looks like that
Look where
bloody
we are.
elevator from The Shining.
Oh, yuck!
Quite. So, dear viewer, if you feel sorry for me and my
We didn't get to finish our last conversation.
problems
You were about to tell me I broke the
downstairs,
contract with the doctor.
feel free to send me a cash donation or just subscribe to the channel. Do it. Do it right now, or I'll
there is a
send
way
a
to break that
panther
deal.
to your house. And not a nice
There is.
panther, but a feral, pissed off panther. Did you know, Bertram,
What
that
are
my wife volunteered to be a human pincushion
Never ever
once?
entombed in a sunken desert
volunteered?
temple.
Well,
I'm not
volunteered,
your enemy. Tell me
forced
where
to
to
do
go.
it,
How do I find the
whatever. Do you
No,
know
you
it took
can't.
5
I have to
million
make this
pigs to
sacrifice.
cover her incredibly large head?
God damn it,
I
Jerry.
won't tell you how many
I'm gonna
it took
save
to
you.
cover her incredibly large stomach. Let's just say it was a lot. You know, Bertram, that woman has a problem with bollocks.
OCG.
Yes.
How do you
I
save
was
someone who doesn't
watching a
wanna be
film
saved?
earlier, and someone said
he's
his
gonna get
brother
saved no
was
matter what.
inbred.
Find a temple
What
somewhere.
does inbred mean?
Well, Bertram, tell me, do you kiss your mother on the lips?
Yes.
Then you, sir, are inbred. Just like yeast. Sorry. That was a baking joke.
I don't get it.
Well, because bread contains yeast, therefore yeast is in bread. You know, in bread. Never mind. You know, this is just what I need on a day like today. Gaming never fails to make me smile.
Would you like to tell me about it?
Yes, Bertram. When I play video games, my mouth moves in this very uncomfortable shape.
No, I meant, would you like to tell me about your day?
Ah, I see. I knew that. Well, firstly, my doctor cancelled my annual colon examination. You know how much I look forward to that.
Indeed.
And then secondly, I managed to crash the car into some idiot's house.
What idiot's house?
Ours.
Oh.
In my defense, I forgot to put on my glasses.
Oh, that's the second time you've crashed in a month.
Well, that last crash doesn't count.
You were driving the wrong way on a one-way street.
Well, I saw no sign.
Yes, because you forgot to put your glasses on that day as well.
Sunken
Oh,
desert temple.
details,
Get down
details.
there.
You're going to kill someone one day. You're going to kill someone else one day.
Well, let's just continue with the gaming before I suffer an aneurysm.
Oh, wouldn't that be a shame?
What was that?
Nothing.
By Jove,
By Jove?
I just found a Bakewell tart in my underpants.
Oh, can I have some?
No.
Oh, OCG, did you know that I went to a water park once? I say water park, but what I really mean is, I took a bath once.
Oh, fascinating.
Are you being sarcastic?
Good Lord, no.
You are being sarcastic.
No, I'm not.
Now you're being argumentative.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Go.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Let's just move on before people start throwing fruit at us and booing.
I got smacked in the face with a banana once.
Oh, God, I hope that's not a euphemism.
What's a euphemism?
It's a country.
Oh, really?
No, not really.
What's the title of this game we're playing?
I forget.
Feeling
Let's just call it Nonsense and Poppycock, Bertram. Nonsense and Poppycock. I do enjoy the word poppycock. 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 Poppycock.
Are the cocks male chickens?
Yes. They are.
Oh, I like cocks.
Of course you do, Bertram. Of course you do.
Does this game have aliens in it?
No, Bertram. It has 1,000 rent boys doing handstands.
Oh, really?
No, not really. Pay bloody attention, and you'll know if this game has aliens in it or not.
Speaking of aliens, what do you think is the better film? Alien or Aliens?
Event Horizon.
That's not one of the Alien movies.
No, it's not, Bertram. It's better.
Oh, I actually quite enjoy Alien Resurrection.
And that's why no one likes you, Bertram.
That's not true. Your mother adores me.
So she does. I forgot that bitch was still alive.
That's not very nice.
Don't act so shocked, Bertram. You know that I hate my family.
I thought you liked your Uncle Roderick.
What? The man who ate his own children and set fire to 6 churches in England? He's okay, I suppose. Did I ever tell you that he has an insect fetish?
Homework's operational.
Fetish? Is that the name for people who like killing insects?
No. It's the name for people who like having sex with insects.
Is that a thing?
Oh, yes. It's very common. When I was 14, I walked in on my father having sex with a grasshopper. I've not been the same since.
Oh my!
Remind me when we finish this, Bertram, to berate my wife about the quality of her pancakes.
What's wrong with her pancakes?
The question is, what's right about her pancakes? Like her breasts, they are much too flat for my liking.
I saw a frog once with massive breasts.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
I thought so.
Though I have had a toad in the hole once.
Bertram, I've told you before, I have no desire to hear about what you do and do not put up your backside.
But...
No, Bertram, I will hear no more about it.
But...
I like inserting foreign objects into my backside as much as the next chap, but you don't see me running around telling everyone about it, do you?
But...
No, Bertram, we're moving on. Oh, that reminds me. We need to play Battletoads again. Maybe we'll stream the whole bloody thing. Did you know, Bertram, that the original Battletoads is the reason I don't have grandparents anymore?
Oh? Were they so addicted to the game that they ignored you, and thus you decided to never speak to them again?
No. The original game frustrated me so much that I decided to murder the first two people I saw after smashing my controller against the wall. Now, sadly, my grandparents were babysitting me that day.
Oh my! So you murdered them?
Well, I wouldn't put it so graphically, Bertram. Let's just say I tore off their heads with my bare hands and then proceeded to shove said heads up their own backsides.
Oh my!
Yes, quite.
Isn't there a remake of Battletoads on the Xbox?
How dare you say that name in front of the PlayStation 5? Oh no, look now, you made him cry. Apologize, Bertram.
Sorry?
Good man. Don't you worry, PlayStation 5. Daddy will play with your slots when this playthrough is done.
You're a very strange man.
Oh, I know. By the way, did you record last night's EastEnders for me, Bertram?
Affirmative. I also recorded that naughty movie. What was it called again?
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. I do not, and never will, watch naughty movies. But I do believe it was called Horny Horatio, the Well-Hung Highwayman. Moving on. Did I ever tell you, Bertram, that my father was a serial killer? So, I actually grew up in a real murder house.
Oh, that can't be pleasant.
Quite. I found a decapitated head under my bed once.
Oh my!
No, not an eye. A head. A head.
I said, oh my.
Ah. Well, there was body parts, blood and guts all over our kitchen. So cooking was an absolute nightmare. Gave a whole new meaning to the term finger food. Bertram, I have just noticed this, but, why are you not wearing any trousers? or underpants for that matter.
Well, my pee-pee was warm.
Did you stand a little too close to the oven again?
Yes.
I see.
I meant to ask you, OCG, but I was walking past the bathroom this morning, and I thought I could see you taking a selfie on the toilet.
Well spotted, Bertram. I was indeed taking a picture of myself on the toilet.
That's weird.
Not at all, Bertram. I document all of my trips to the toilets.
That's very weird.
Well, I thought everyone did that. My father did that. For 95 years, he documented every single trip he made to the toilet. I have a whole shelf of photo albums containing nothing but pictures of father's excursions to the bathroom. They are fascinating.
I think we need to get you to a psychiatrist as soon as possible.
There's nothing wrong with me, Bertram. Oh, by the way, tell that pink elephant over there to stop jumping up and down like that. It's most distracting.
Oh no, he's lost it.
Quite. Moving on, do you know, Bertram, that I consider myself to be something of a medium?
What is a medium?
Well, it means that you can speak to the dead. So, for example, your mother has just at this very moment told me to tell you that you smell of dick cheese.
But my mother isn't dead.
Oh, damn it. Did I forget to tell you about that? Silly me. Ha ha ha.
How did she die?
Well, I forget the details. Something about a bear in heat, sexual assault, and your mother being found in 1,112 pieces.
Oh no, Mommy!
You can mourn later, Bertram. We have a game to finish playing.
Oh, I don't think I can. I'm struggling just to sit here.
You're struggling to sit here? Is it because I insist that you sit in an electric chair?
No, it's because I am struggling with my sexuality.
Oh. I don't really know what to say to that, Bertram.
Ha ha! April Fools!
What? April Fools? It's not April, you imbecile!
Oh yeah! So, what is this game about?
Well, we play as a random teenage girl who, struggling to come to terms with the death of her brother, becomes a prostitute / serial killer and goes on a rampage in a small mining town.
Is that really what this game is about?
More or less.
More or less meaning...
No, that is not what this game is about.
Oh, so what is this game about?
Well, if I told you that, there would be no point in playing the game.
Oh! So what's this game about?
I told you already, Bertram. If I reveal anything about the plot, there would be no point in playing the game.
Oh, yeah, I understand. So what's this game about? Ow! Hi-ho, hi-ho. it's home to work we go.
Shut up, Bertram!
I said if you told me to shut up one more time, I would kill myself.
Well, then you better get that razor ready, Bertram.
Actually, I changed my mind.
I thought you might. Can't bear the thought of leaving me, eh?
No, we just don't own any razors.
Oh, I see. Well, I have a samurai sword if you'd like to use that.
But that's sharp.
Yes. Usually helps if you're planning to kill yourself.
All the same, I'll just leave it.
Well, you let me know if you change your mind. Heaven knows I could do with some good news for a change.
Yes. What?
Ha ha! I jest. Mostly.
Is this a beat 'em up game?
Does it look like a bloody beat 'em up game, Bertram?
I like beat 'em ups. I do it at least 4 times a day.
No, you like beating off, Bertram. You do that at least 4 times a day.
Oh, yeah, so I do.
Right, just go over here. Sonic the Hedgehog, he's a little bastard. Sonic the Hedgehog, he is always plastered. Dum 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 dum.
Is that the actual lyrics?
Sadly not, Bertram. Sega said they were not child-friendly enough or some such bollocks.
OCG, what's a wet dream?
Well, it's when... how do I put this without sounding crude? Aha! Do you remember that time you spilled a glass of milk in bed while you were dreaming, Bertram?
You mean that time you spilled a glass of milk in bed while you were dreaming?
Whatever. Anyway, a wet dream is like that. Except the milk comes out of your penis.
Oh! I must say, OCG, this game you're playing is very exciting.
Put your trousers back on, Bertram. And get that rash looked at.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Oh, that reminds me. I put a slice of carrot cake in the fridge last night for safekeeping. And when I checked this morning, it was gone. Do you know anything about that, Bertram?
Well, a homeless man came to the front door this morning, and he asked if we had any food, so I...
You gave him the carrot cake?
Yes?
Excellent, Bertram.
Why are you so happy about that?
Because my accident-prone manservant, I had planned to send that very slice of cake to my in-laws. So, I added something extra to the ingredients.
And what was that?
Poison. But killing a homeless man is just as satisfying. Homeless people are damned annoying. They stink too.
Oh no!
You did a good thing today, Bertram. As a reward, I will wash my own backside from now on.
Oh yay! did I tell you, OCG, that the hunchback who lives down the street got a pet rabbit for Christmas?
What? Someone gave that poor hunchback an actual vibrator? There's some sick people in the world.
No. It's an actual pet rabbit.
Ah, speaking of rabbits, I have never had one as a pet. But I did once hold a Playboy bunny in my basement for 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Claudia. What happened to her?
Well, I lost the key to the basement and she starved to death.
Oh, I can see now why you've never had a rabbit as a pet.
I never had a rabbit, no, but I did have a great white shark.
I never thought you looked like the type of chap who would like sharks.
Well, appearances can be deceptive, Bertram.
Yes, as you learned when you brought your fourth wife home on your wedding night.
I did wonder what that bulge was sticking out of her underpants. Or should I say sticking out of his underpants?
And the fact he was called Brian and had a beard didn't set off alarm bells?
Well, you know that my eyesight is not what it once was. At least I let the chap sleep in the basement until he could find somewhere else to live.
And whatever became of your fourth wife/husband?
Well, you see, I lost the key to the basement. Again. And he starved to death.
I'm noticing a pattern here. Did you know they're making a new series of Game of Thrones with a cast of skeletons?
I did not. What's it going to be called?
Game of Bones.
Oh, I thought that was the name of the pornographic version of Game of Thrones.
No. I believe that's called Game of Boney.
Ah, I see. I think Game of Thrones would make an excellent RPG game.
What does RPG mean again?
Role-playing game.
Oh, like when you make me dress up like a secretary and you dress up like a stern business owner. Who?
Yes, just like that. Remind me to tell you the meaning of the word secret when we're done with this walkthrough. Moving on. And oh, while I remember, dear viewers, if you want to see more walkthroughs, reviews, and gaming news presented in 43 FPS, then remember to subscribe to the channel.
What does FPS mean again?
Frames per second. So, for example, films are usually presented in 24 FPS.
Films. Like when you make me take off all of my clothes and cover myself with peanut butter while you film and...
Hey, is that
Yes, just like that. Does the phrase, "this'll be our little secret," mean nothing
Great.
to you, Bertram?
Was it alcohol?
God, no, just let the wind
what
get
does
back.
secret mean
You don't know how
again?
to break the contract with the
Oh.
Dark Man.
Never
What exactly
mind.
does that mean?
Oh,
Everything
I
go
wish
back to
stuff
normal.
like this game happened in real
alright.
life.
I
Real
found some more
life?
information under Seto
What are
and the
you
patient.
talking about,
There are
Bertram?
some serious
Video
things going on
games
here.
are
I'm
real
pretty sure
life.
2 of the patients are dead and
Oh.
maybe even the clerk.
Did you forget
yeah.
to take your
I just gave up
medication
on it.
again?
Well, just
Absolutely
keep your eyes
not.
open, I suppose.
Now shut up so I can hear
What
what
were
this
you doing
pink
again?
elephant in the
Garmin made a
corner
pact
is
with the
saying
Dark
to
Man
me.
to keep all the madness
Go
locked
on.
inside your Seto.
Oh, I see.
I'm gonna break it. I just
Is
have
that so?
Where is it?
Then
Where's the
what did
talisman?
he say?
It's around your neck.
Oh,
I worry
most
that-
amusing.
Don't. I'm fine.
I
Oh,
worry that you're not much
dear.
help on this case.
The pink elephant was just
At least
telling
you're
me about
a
his
distraction.
school.
Oh,
Trust
what
me.
was your school
Get
like?
your money's worth.
It had more
At this rate,
mutants than
I'm an
Xavier's
absolute
school for
bargain.
the gifted. There was a lot of inbreeding in my town.
Oh, I see. I personally could imagine you being the school bully.
I am not a bully, Bertram. Now go and get me a coffee, you fetus-shaped abomination.
Why are we playing this game, OCG? You said we could play the Bratz video game today.
I said no such thing.
You said the Bratz video game was your favorite video game.
I said no such thing. We'll play Bratz later. I promise. It's the viewers' fault, Bertram. They wouldn't understand my love for the Bratz and their passion for fashion.
Oh, I see. Why are we whispering? The viewers can still hear us.
Got to be around here somewhere. You wouldn't leave this house.
don't know
Can I
what
go
bag
to the
that is.
toilet?
You run into that.
Certainly.
Who is he?
Don't use my Marvel
I'll bet you one
toilet
of you
paper,
guys.
though.
Well, you know
There's some
what I do.
sandpaper
You be
in
alright
the
with her
cabinet.
Praise
What's
the
the
mother.
difference between a remaster and a remake?
You don't need to know about all that.
Think I am, Bertram? Some kind of expert?
Calm down.
Yes?
Ain't time yet.
Oh,
Hurts.
well, quite right.
As far as I can tell,
Well,
protect
the
calmness into
difference
soft
between
spot.
a remaster and a remake
Just be ready
is...
in case he starts. anything.
I say, is that Inigo Montoya I see in our garden?
Stop trying to change the subject. It's okay to admit you don't know.
Me? Don't know?
The
Ah,
two orderlies.
I've
still
forgotten
haven't
more
found
than you
Jack.
will ever know, my
Can't be fitted
dim-witted
this was
manservant.
Emily had
Okay,
reminded
so
him
what's the
about some
difference
strange
between a
deaths at the
remaster
cellar,
and a
Conway
remake?
wasn't sure who
Well,
he could
that's quite simple. It's,
What?
Didn't you hear me? Oh dear. Well, I guess you'll never know then. We have to move on. Yes. Did you know, Bertram, that I am 1/16 psychic? No, Bertram. It's not time for dinner.
Oh, how did you know I was thinking that?
You see? Psychic.
Oh, that's amazing. What else can you do?
Well, I can tuck my Colonel Mustard between my legs, so I look like I have a lady garden. Would you like to see?
No thank you, Buffalo Bill.
Christ, what the hell was
OCG, I found this adorable frog in the garden. You should kiss him and see if he turns into a prince.
Oh no, I'm not falling for that. Again. I was hospitalized for 6 days the last time. The bloody nurses had the nerve to laugh at me.
Because they couldn't believe you would be so stupid as to kiss a frog?
Run into the order.
No, because I slipped on a bushel of grapes in the ward.
Oh!
And I actually had the audacity to sue the hospital.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. You're a chap some would describe as disingenuous. Didn't you ask a prostitute for a refund once?
Oh, yes.
Why?
Well, the product
Lunacy,
was defective.
Milestarte artist colony.
And by
Monograph
defective
by
you
Young Cat.
mean?
dead.
In early 1909,
I see.
the old Derceto
You do have some
plantation
very
outside
odd
of New
fetishes,
Orleans was
OCG.
turned into an
Why don't you
artist's
tell us
home.
all about them?
3 famous
Well,
European
naturally,
artists
I
rented the
would
house
love to
and the
explain
surrounding
them
land
to
from
you,
the
but
owner,
sadly,
the Ledoux
I
family.
don't have the
The
time,
colony was
as
chiefly run by
I have an
Sebastian
appointment
Cortes,
with my
who was playfully dubbed
gynecologist
the
in
captain
10
by his
minutes.
collaborators,
Because
William Argus
my
and Heinrich
vagina
Cassel.
has been
The
giving
colony
me jip.
existed for 6 years, until one day all 12
okay.
members disappeared.
Oh,
without
I
a
meant to
trace.
tell you, Bertram.
It is widely
I saw
believed
your
that their
friend
disappearance
Simon
is
the
connected to the
Simpleton this
disastrous
morning.
hurricane
He
that passed
looked
through
like
on September
utter
29,
ass.
1915.
Oh,
But
I'm
nothing
not
clearly
surprised.
supports this
Simon
theory.
hasn't been well
What is known
recently.
is their frequent
dear.
participation in
What
New
happened?
Orleans nightlife.
Well,
Their love for
he
hosting
stuck his
parties,
fingers in
and
a
their
wall
elaborate
socket and
contributions to
electrocuted
Mardi Gras
himself.
parades as the
Well,
poets of
that
Montmartre.
doesn't surprise me.
Accounts
He
of their
is
lifestyle
a
can be found in
simpleton
almost
after
every
all.
gossip column.
I must say,
effectively
OCG,
be
the
summed up
graphics
as
in this
carefree
game
and bohemian.
thing are really
In
very
late June
good.
1909,
Well,
the name
that's
Astarte
because
first
they're
appeared
not
in the
graphics,
newspapers.
Bertram.
Cortez said
Those
the name
are
came to
real
him as a
people.
painting.
Oh,
There is
quick,
never any
OCG,
claim
call
to
the
knowing
police.
about
There
the
are
ancient
strangers in the
Phoenician
television
fertility goddess with the
again.
same name
Calm
before this time.
Down,
His
Bertram.
fellow
They
colonist
can't
Heinrich Cassel
hurt
did
you.
know, because he later produced
That's what you
sculptures
said when
show
that
clear
bitch in the
references
night
to
dress
ancient
and long
idols
black
of the
hair
goddess.
started crawling out
It's
of the
impossible to know
television.
for sure how this
Yes,
name
I
came into
did, but
appearance.
remember,
But it is
you
interesting
killed that
because of
girl,
Rossetto's
Bertram.
history.
And I had to get rid of the body for you, so you wouldn't go to prison and get used as a sex
Even
toy
name
by
of
the
Rossetto is
prisoners.
the great name of
Oh,
a Syrian
yeah.
fertility goddess.
But wasn't it you
In
who
the case
killed
of
her?
naming the
And then
plantation,
I got rid
Rossetto
of the
was
body
certainly not
so
an
you
accident.
wouldn't go to
We know
prison
that
and get
Elijah
used
Pickford
as a
intended
sex
to build
toy?
a temple
Oh,
for his cult, but he
whatever.
had distributed
Oh,
pamphlets 2 years
I
prior
forgot
to
to
the purchase
ask,
of the land,
how was the
advertising
colon
his
checkup
intentions.
this morning?
His followers
Oh,
were
well,
estimated
I'll
to be
let you
almost
know when the
100 men
chaps
and women,
finish checking
mostly
it,
sailors,
Bertram.
maroons, and
Oh,
Belgians,
I
when the
didn't
plantation
see
was
you
built.
down there.
To
Hello?
outsiders, Dorsetto registered as an ordinary slave
Hello?
plantation.
Don't
which
talk
enabled
to that
Pickford and
man
his
when
flock
he's
to remain
working,
hidden for
Bertram.
decades. The official story
Okay.
is that the cult lasted until
What was the name of that anime
1862,
show you
when
were
the
watching
Union
this
Army
morning,
came and burned down the
OCG?
plantation
Ah,
and scattered
twas
all who lived there.
Demon Slayer,
Following the Civil
Kimetsu
War,
no
new
Yaiba,
people started
the
to congregate in the
Hinokami
ruins of
Chronicles.
Dorsetto to invent a new
What
fertility
does
goddess,
Kimetsu
the
no
Shub
Yaiba
Nigra.
mean?
As much
It
as Dorsetto is
means
a particular
don't
name to have
feed
heard
the
of,
prostitute
it's not
while
entirely
it's
uncommon
hibernating.
among the learned.
Um,
Astarte is
really?
equally known and could have
Well, how
been
the hell should I
subconsciously chosen
know?
by
I
well-read
don't
artists.
speak anime.
Shub Nigra
Did
is,
you
on the
know,
other hand,
Bertram,
very
that
uncommon.
I was
Almost
once
impossible
considered
that
a
anyone
slayer of
Louisiana would have heard that
demons?
name. The name is
Demons?
referenced
Really?
only in rare books
Oh, you know,
like Unnos
demons,
Freshlichen Kulten
women,
and the Necronomicon,
same
and
thing.
is believed to be a bastardization
Didn't
of
you tell
Arabic
me
words
once that
meaning
your
pertaining
sister
to
was
the
a
dark
demon?
one. The
No,
few paragraphs printed
she
on
was
the goddess are
possessed
so
by a
accepted
demon.
that no
There
one
is a
in their right
difference.
mind would want to build a religion
which
resting on
is?
such qualities.
Well,
The
a
Shub
lot of
Nigra
projectile
cult is hard to
vomit,
get rid of,
a potty
but it is
mouth,
believed that
and
despite the
a
police
fetish
jailing
for
and killing several
crucifixes.
cultists over the years,
Oh,
the main
I
culprit
tell
in the
you,
cult's
Bertram,
demise
that
is the
Lady
cult itself,
Demetresque is
which
quite
seems to
the
line up
catch.
with every instance of cult
In
activity
fact, if
on
she
their
were a
lands.
fish,
When Captain J.
you would
W.
need
Norton
an
of the Union
incredibly
Army
large
he
net.
described the people at
Yes.
Dorsetto as malnourished.
That
and
woman
malnourished.
is so tall,
much as the army
I
tried to
think she
save
could
them,
tickle
they fought
King
back
Kong's
further,
ball sack.
as if nothing was going to stop them
And
from slowly
another-
destroying themselves. While the disappearance of
Can
the
I
Astarte
just
artist
say
colony
that you
remains a
are
mystery,
looking
the recurring
particularly
motif
awful
seems to
today,
suggest that their
Bertram?
fate involved
oh,
lunacy
thank
and a
you.
hunger
I'm
for
in a good mood.
self-sacrifice to
I
that
booted up my
fertility goddess
Nintendo
with 1,000
3DS.
names.
You know, I forgot how good Mario 64 is.
Don't say that too loud, Bertram. Just in case Miss PlayStation 5 hears you.
Oh, is she the jealous type?
Oh, very. I was on the Xbox yesterday, and she threw a DualShock 4 controller right at my bollocks.
Oh, ouch.
Yes, quite. So let's keep it down with the Nintendo chat, eh?
I will do.
Thank you, Bertram. Here, have a biscuit.
But that's a dog biscuit.
Yes, who's a good boy? You are. You are a good boy.
I'm not eating that dog biscuit.
Eat it. Eat it.
No.
Spoil sport. Fine, I'll eat the bloody thing. Oh, good lord, that tastes dreadful.
Ha ha.
Shut up, Bertram, you bastard.
That's £1 you have to put in the swear jar.
What?
You said bastard, so that means you have to put £1 in the swear jar.
Well, you just said it. That's £1 you have to put in the swear jar.
Oh shit.
Correction, £2, which coincidentally was how much I paid for a second-hand copy of Mario 64 back in the early 2000s. Ouch!
Oh, what happened?
Bloody PlayStation 5 threw a hammer at me.
It's possessed.
Yes, we can call an exorcist later. Let's finish this playthrough.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
Bertram, I said we will deal with it later.
Okay. How about we play some Super Mario after this game?
Bertram, you idiot. What did I tell you about mentioning? Oh, shit.
OCG, why is the PlayStation 5 holding a knife?
Because we're in trouble. Run, Bertram, run!
I heard another gaming YouTuber mention 3D platformers. What are 3D platformers, OCG?
Well, games like Mario 64, Jack and Daxter, or Crash Bandicoot are 3D platformers.
What about Crash Bandicoot 2?
Yes, that's another 3D platformer.
What about Crash Bandicoot 3?
Yes, that's another 3D platformer.
What about...
I'm going to save us some time here, Bertram. All of the Crash Bandicoot games are 3D platformers.
Oh, even Crash Team Racing?
Well, apart from that.
What about Crash Tag Team Racing?
Yes, apart from that.
What about...
Bertram, if you don't shut up right now, I'm going to choke you with a pair of my dirty underpants. Thank you.
OCT, can I ask you a personal question?
Why, certainly, Bertram.
Who took your virginity?
That would be my Uncle Roderick. In fact, I'm still waiting to get it back. Haha.
How old were you?
43.
Oh, wow. You were old.
Yes, I was always a late bloomer, Bertram. Did you know I was breastfed until the age of 29?
Oh, wow. Can we play Skyrim after this?
Oh, absolutely not.
Why not?
Because, like my wife, I don't like playing with bollocks.
Oh, you're going to get death threats again.
I'd never received death threats.
Oh, I meant to say, you're going to get death threats that I don't tell you about again.
Dear Lord, oh my, who would want to send me death threats?
Apart from everyone?
What did you say?
Nubbing.
You know, I'm considering giving you a pay rise, Bertram. I've been most impressed with how you've washed my underpants recently.
Oh, is that true?
Of course it is. Would I lie to you, Bertram?
Well, you did tell me once that setting fire to myself would cure my cold.
Well, I don't recall hearing you sneezing in the hospital, so I was right, was I not?
Yes, but I suffered burns over 98% of my body.
Oh, details.
What does FPS mean? First person shooter?
Don't be ridiculous, Bertram. First person shooter. I've never heard anything so stupid.
Then what does it mean?
It means 4 pornos, please.
Oh, don't be
The
ridiculous.
last guest
4
in the empty
pornos,
room suffered from
please.
severe
I've never
malabsorption.
heard anything so
I must write
stupid.
this down, because if I understand the
Are you
conditions
trying to be
sufficiently,
funny,
it
Bertram?
could make me
If
deny
you
this
are,
fact at a
perhaps you
later
would
date.
like to leave this
And there
place
is
and
reason for
join
me to
a
think
circus.
I may come to suffer the
no, thank
consequences
you.
from this
Do
dysfunction.
you know,
as
I
someone
was
in
once
contact
buggered
with
at a
the guest
circus.
seemed to adopt a new
what?
worldview
No,
in which
it doesn't
everything was
mean what you
predetermined
think it
but
means,
broken.
Bertram. Pick
Upon
up your
accepting this
dictionary.
worldview, some memories
We
became
don't have a
unmanageable,
dictionary.
And later,
Well then, pretend.
I do not know what this
Okay.
means.
Now
I
look
cannot
up the
even
word
remember the fate of
buggered
the guest.
and read
I
out
think
what it
they were
says.
simply misplaced one day, and
Let me help you, Bertram. Buggered,
just like all
British
documents
slang,
pertaining to this
to be
case,
seriously
they have all been
harmed or
destroyed,
damaged.
or they never existed in
Oh.
the first place. Who
Understand?
wrote this?
Oh,
has never been a
yes.
guest
So
in the
how
empty
were
room.
you damaged at a circus?
A clown fingered me.
What?
A clown stuck his fingers in my eyes. I was fingered.
Oh.
Why? What do you think I meant?
Nothing.
I don't know if I ever told you this, Bertram, my dear manservant, but I once filleted Sonic the Hedgehog.
You cut him up?
Oh, did I say filleted again? My mistake. I meant filleted. Yes. Did you know, Bertram, that I met Mega Man myself recently?
Let's see if we can figure this guy out.
Yes. I mean, the chap's in his 40s now. You know, has a glass eye, walks with a bit of a limp. So I decided to follow him, see where he went. Luckily for me, he visited the local gentleman's toilets. And when he was urinating in that hole in the wall thing, I thought I would just have a little peek, see what Mega Man is packing. But as it turns out, Bertram, he's not so much a Mega Man.
Very important.
Okay. For the last time, Bertram, you are not a monkey. Therefore, you are not allowed to throw poo at me.
Dr. Manzetto,
Okay?
I find myself in
And
a losing
an-
battle with my patient.
OCG.
As I've disclosed
I
in
think
my
the
previous
toilet's
letter,
blocked
his
again.
delusions
Be
have been
quiet,
completely
Bertram.
captured.
Can't you see I'm
It's bad
trying to
enough that
watch
he is
the
torturing
news
himself
here?
with paranoia, but
Oh.
his madness
Is
turns out
it
to be quite
interesting?
persuasive to
I've
others,
never seen the
effectively
news.
laying the ground
Oh,
for
yes.
mass
Very
delusion.
interesting,
I am writing
Bertram.
to you in
It
hope that you
usually
can give me
features
some
some
guidance.
of my favorite
Beyond my
things,
ambition to avoid
including
devastating surgery
stories
on
of
patient,
violence
I have grown
and
worried
of
about
sexual
my own defenses.
misconduct.
The
In
words of
fact,
my
instead of me
patient are
telling you
deranged,
about it,
yet they
why
often
don't we
resonate
sit
with
down
something
and watch the
primitive
news
within
together?
me. have tried
must
photographing
we?
his brain
I
with
was going to go
X-rays.
watch an
It
episode
was
of Peppa
surprisingly
Pig.
difficult to get good
Yes,
results.
Bertram, we
Dark
must.
blotches on the
And
plates
who
kept
knows?
obscuring
We
all
might
details.
grow
My
as
patient looked at the bad
friends
plates and
through
cried out in terror, telling me
watching
dark
the news
areas
together.
was the shadow of the
Oh,
worm, eating
okay.
him from
Good
inside.
evening. This
I
is
could
the
not see
news.
anything out of the ordinary.
I am news.
I hope this is
the
a sign
newsman.
that my mind is not as receptive
Tonight's
to the madness
top
as I had
story.
feared.
A man
After
has been
further
arrested
inquiry,
in Dorset,
my patient described the
suspected
shadows
of
inside
being
his mind
a
as some kind
Scooby-Doo
of chthonic
villain.
monstrosity
Brian Marston
that wants to
had
undermine
apparently
his
been
sanctuary.
trying to scare the
This is
residents of a
clearly a
local
reference to a place
nursing
he
home
calls
while
Terrorilla,
dressed up as
sort
a
of
giant
library or
penis.
convent
Mr.
that works as a
Masterson was
psychological
only
healer.
unmasked when
With
one
this
of the
imaginary
residents'
haven threatened by
grandchildren
this
caught
Chthonian,
him,
he
in
has
their
now
words,
constructed another,
going
less
pee-pee.
pleasant
When
house.
asked to comment on
Lately, he has been
his
being
arrest,
for of a
Mr.
steamboat that
Masterson
has run aground,
turned and
that he
said,
feels
in
like
a
wants
very
to start
proud
the
voice,
engines and
that
reverse.
he would have
But he is
gotten away
afraid
with
that
it
the hole in the hull
if it
would
wasn't for
cause the
those
whole
meddling
ship to sink.
kids. In other
I've been watching
news,
him turn
a
this
woman has
metaphor
been
into
arrested
reality for the last
under
week.
suspicion
He
of
noticed me
breastfeeding
now,
her
but he is
husband
doubling down,
in the middle of
trying
a
to make it a
McDonald's
real
restaurant. When
I
asked to
feel certain
comment
that
on
this is
why
my
she was
chance to
breastfeeding
break
her
through the
husband,
barriers of his
the woman,
self-deceit.
who shall be called Anonymous, simply
How unprofessional, Bertram. I've never seen a newsman laugh at one of his own stories.
Yes, indeed. Apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. It might have sounded like I was laughing at the news story of the woman breastfeeding her husband, but it was, in fact, technical difficulties. So, when the woman was asked to comment on why she was breastfeeding her husband, she simply stated that McDonald's did not have any milk, and her husband is partial to a glass of milk. Now, let's hear about today's weather from the weatherman. Go ahead, weatherman.
Right, we can turn this off now, Bertram.
Don't you want to hear about the weather?
Oh, no, Bertram. Let's just
can't
do what
believe
we're
you
supposed
got a
to be
job.
doing and concentrating on this game.
Isn't it amazing that somehow the game has been playing itself while we did this whole comedic skit bit?
Yes, Bertram, remarkable. In fact, I suppose now's as good a time as any, but I've actually employed some help who is actually going to play the video games just whilst we go off on these kind of tangents where we do comical skits and the like.
Oh, you haven't introduced us?
Well, that's because, well, you see, the thing is, Bertram, in order for me to employ this individual, I had to somehow convince them that I was living completely alone.
So you didn't tell them about me?
No, Bertram, sadly not. So, when this new employee of mine, comes over to play the video games, you know, while we go off on our comedic skits, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, I would like for you to go into the closet and close the door. And not make a peep, not even stick your head out until said employee has left.
Does this employee have a name?
What are you talking about, Bertram? I've already told you their name.
Have you?
She'll come
Yes.
and turn the world inside
Employee.
out.
Oh!
You know, Bertram,
That sounds strangely threatening.
Yes,
You
OCG?
should come.
I have absolutely the worst job in the world.
Really, OCG?
Yes, Bertram. Now let me tell you why. I spent all day playing video games. Every single second of every single minute of every single hour of the entire 24-hour day, I spend playing video games. Doesn't that sound like a bloody nightmare?
No, not really.
Well, it is. 'Tis an absolute unmitigated nightmare. While all of my beloved viewers...
You mean all 4 of them?
Shut up, Bertram!
Something missing.
While all of my beloved viewers are out there working 9 to 5 or 10 to 6 to feed their families or buy a new car or go and see a prostitute
Jeremy
or
knew that the only
take their
room he could
mistresses
enter
on
now was the
holiday
guest in room
or
number 3.
buy
The room seemed to have been empty for so
1,527
long,
Krispy
but that wasn't
Kreme
allowed
donuts.
to be true. The
While
story
you,
needed to be
the
told.
average person,
include
the
something from
commoners, are out working, slaving away in probably some piece of shit office somewhere, or working as a bin man, or in McDonald's, or working in a bank, or working as a teacher in a school. While you're out there slaving away, giving your blood, sweat, and tears, I am here, playing video games. I know, you want to feel sorry for me, but I tell you, don't, dear viewer. Do not give me your sympathy. I don't deserve it. You are out there doing awful work, like working in McDonald's, working in a bank, etc., etc. And I'm here playing video games all day long. And I'm here to tell you that it's an absolute unmitigated nightmare. If you think your job is bad, then I want you to just think of what I do all day long. 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I am playing bloody video games.
Are you being sarcastic, OCG?
Detective Comby.
No, Bertram, I am
sorry
not
that my
being
niece has pulled you
sarcastic.
into
I'm
this mess.
telling you right
Please,
here,
with all
right
my
now,
blessings, take her
that
away from
I
this cursed
have the
place.
worst job
destroy
in the
that
world.
beautiful
Even people
one
that
that
clean
can take her to a
toilets
place of hiding.
don't have as
Tell
bad
Emily
a
I'm safe.
job as I
Tell
do.
her all the lies you
Even
can think of
nurses
to
who
make her
work
listen.
in nursing
Take
homes
her
and
back to
clean
normal.
up after
Sincerely,
old geriatric people that shit themselves while watching daytime television. I'm telling you that even as bad as that job is, mine is 1,000 times worse. I have the worst job in the world. I sit
Brother, I
here
want you to
all
trust
day long
This is the most
playing
important moment in
video
our family's
games.
history.
While you're
I
out
know
there
you have doubts
earning
and that
money
terrible
for your
Mama Laura
bloody
told you
children
that.
and your
I
bloody
would never
relatives
betray
and
you.
saving
Promise.
up to buy a
Right.
new bloody car or whatever you're doing. I'm here playing video games, sitting on my fat backside in front of my rather large television. Or monitor, if you're a PC gamer. So I'm sitting here in front of my large television. Monitor, if you're a PC gamer, doing absolutely nothing but playing video games, drinking gin, eating as much as I'm content to do so from the relative safety of my home. And you're out there working. And I just want to tell you, dear viewer, that I have the worst... I'm sorry. I couldn't keep it going, Bertram. I couldn't hold it in.
I knew you were joking.
Of course I'm joking, Bertram. Worst job in the world. I have the best job in the world. And all you stupid people out there, you all have the worst jobs in the world. You all want to be me. You all want to be in my shoes and do nothing but play video games all day. But you can't, because you all have fucking children and fucking families and mistresses and holidays and all that bollocks. I get to sit here and think only of myself.
Andy.
Yes, and you. I occasionally think about you. Mostly how I'm going to throw you out of the window, or how I'm going to poison your dinner, or how I'm going to make your sleeping arrangements even more uncomfortable than they are. But yes, you do occasionally enter my mind, Bertram.
So what have we learned today, OCG?
That you all suck, and I'm the best.
If you say so. Wait a minute. This game doesn't look like Crash Bandicoot.
Well done, Bertram. Have a gold star and a complimentary pat on the head. This is indeed not Crash Bandicoot.
But you promised we could play Crash Bandicoot.
I did no such thing.
Yes you did. Right before you got abducted by aliens, and then sued them for prodding your backside in a very inappropriate way.
Abducted? Aliens? Very?
Radio.
Bertram, could you have been dreaming?
Oh yeah, I was dreaming.
Well, that explains it.
Difficult to capture
Do you
properly.
remember
Partial
when you
radiographs
got
work
cursed by
best.
that gypsy
A
woman
complete picture of
and
the
your
brain can be
pee-pee
assembled
fell
by
off?
piecing three
What
plates together.
was her name again? You know, the ugly
Even when
bitch
looking
that
at an
cursed
assembled
you.
version, a shadow covers
wasn't it
significant
your
parts of
mother?
Jeremy's brain. Possible
Yeah,
too,
it
but more
was.
likely that the equipment
So,
is failing.
are we gonna
Jeremy
play
reacted
Crash
strongly to the
Bandicoot
pictures
now?
and claimed to
In
see
the
a
name
giant
of
clay
Isaac
worm
Newton and his
eating and
shriveled
displacing his
genitals.
memories.
We discussed
Notes.
this already.
While this exercise
I
has
never
got me
said
closer to an
we
answer,
would play Crash
I am
Bandicoot.
confident that a Burkhardt lobotomy
Yes, you
should
did.
sever
Right
all
before you
necessary